Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen, to another day in Scum. And yes, it looks like the filter's on. Yes, the filter's on. Okay, so yesterday we had quite a bit of fun with Avenger. Okay, we did quite a bunch of foolish things. I did receive a few messages, that people don't like, that the puppets are so, I don't know, threatening, or the fact that I died twice to a horde, or, like they feel the server has changed from what it was. And my purpose today is, in my opinion, is LDR too difficult? My answer is no. Because when 1.0 comes out, LDR will definitely be populated. Meaning, I will be on the server, Avenger will be on the server, Killer Mike will be on the server. A lot of different people will be on the server, and the fact that all three of us stream will bring a lot of people to the server. So, I feel the PvP element is always your main danger. And mastering the PvE element gives you, some kind of chance. And what I did yesterday with wooden arrows, I like the fact that if you go into the airfield with wooden arrows or under-geared and you look for a fight, things can go wrong. I really, really like that. But if we had an AK or if we had an MK18, with suppressor on, with a pistol, with 19 bullets, with suppressor, with a sight, with proper arrows, with a proper bow, things could have gone very, very differently. They would have gone very, very differently. So that's why I make guides, to help people. But since yesterday looked so terrible for people, since I died 4 times to the PV elements, I'm going to turn that around and show you how great LDR is going to be after 1.0. Ignoring the fact that there's people with tons of fame because they could buy quest items before I revamped the server. So ignoring the fact that there's fully geared players on the server, ignoring the fact that the server's been running for a long time, like on day 1, no one's going to be geared. No one's going to have nothing. It's going to be a very, very equal, fair start. But even with an unfair start, where everyone's geared and I'm not, I'm still going to give you guys the experience that I want you to have. Am I going to be doing stupid things? Yes. Does that mean you must do stupid things? No. If you do not like dying, if you do not like putting yourself in a difficult situation, if you don't like losing your loot, if you feel sorry for me for dying, then just understand that when 1.0 comes out, I will take it serious while having fun. And today is just to show you that if you play a survival game the way it's meant to be played, nothing will be insane. Like if I always have a saying, if you fail to prepare, then you prepare to fail. Okay? And that's why I died yesterday, because I wasn't prepared for the situations that I went into, and I just tried to have fun. But let's get to the chat. Don't know what the XP is for Rizrock. People said yesterday on the chat, but I'm not interested in it. So yeah, I still have to try and get rid of it, but I've been on the Showdown server for like 10 hours today. So yeah, I didn't have time for it. Lars, yes, because I'm a casual player, 1.5 settings would be more inviting to advanced novice players. The Showdown's loot is on 1.5, Lars, and you can't stack things too much. Like I made the sentry health half. You can't let people get bored too fast. And with 1.5 loot, people are definitely going to get bored very, very fast because the Showdown server is on 1.5. Bogdan, welcome. Fuzz, Mainframe, welcome, brother. Ego, good to see you again, buddy. And Mark, welcome. So let's connect to this. And I'm going to start a brand new character on purpose. Hey Connor, welcome. Flavia, welcome. Riverstort, been banned from Luthais, repeat, unsure why. I only played a total of an hour. Go to the Discord, read the rules, Riverstort, and then you'll find out why you got banned, buddy. And then you open up a ticket and we'll sort it out for you. Hey Tony, welcome. Okay, so let's experience a normal day in a survival game. A normal, strategic, relaxed day. This is what your experience can be like if you don't play like I usually play on stream. Yeah, I'm on Discord now. I know the rules of the server who I message as I've no reason of being banned. Oh, do you use a crosshair, Riverstore? Do you use a crosshair on Steam? Is your account completely public? Can I see your friends? Can I see your game time? Is your Steam profile completely public? Hey, Bummer, welcome, bud. Well, then you didn't read all the rules, Rover. Then you didn't read all the rules. So please go over. I don't want to message you 5 times. Please read the rules again, since you clearly didn't read the rules, and do every step in Rule 2, please. And then you get back to me. Every single step in Rule 2. I want to see Luthais look. Look at what, buddy? Look at what? Well, I'm sorry, mate, but I played on your servers years ago, not played Scum for a while, so put it on private as when playing Scum. My bad, forgot about it, to be fair. Okay, Riverstort, now open a ticket. Tell us what your Steam account name is. Tell us the server. Yeah. Go open a ticket, say you're on LDR. Say your in-game name, maybe give your 64-bit Steam ID so that we can find you fast, and then we can sort it out for you. Hey Miranda. Nah, it's been tough so far, but we all have our up days and down days. But thank you for asking. Hey newbie, welcome. I want to see Luthais Luke and the Stone RX. And the Stone RX. Connor, I need better words. I need better sentences, bro, so I can understand what you're saying. It's screwing me up as well, Connor. It's screwing me up as well. Waki, good evening. Greetings from Germany. Welcome, Waki. What? Oh. Goodness gracious, this is slow. What is going on? What is going on? This is the slowest arrow crafting in history. What the heck is this? Goodness gracious. My guy was asleep there, guys. I apologize. My guy was asleep there for about 2 minutes. Goodness gracious, that was slow. Okay. First thing I can tell you guys, if you don't want to die 4 times like I did yesterday, start at low threat level areas. Low to medium threat level areas, which means you do not go close to a military point of interest. Okay? If you want a gun, craft one. If you want a bow, craft one, go get one. Okay? If you want a gun, go to a police station. Don't go to a military point of interest. If you want clothing, go to safe spots where you can find clothing. Go to a spot that can be looted very, very quickly, and the chance of you running into someone is extremely low. Like the tents next to Go Town. Like an abandoned bunker that you can just loot the outside very quickly. Like these military tents. Like these military tents. Like those military tents. You know? Loot a place. If you want to loot a military place, you know, go to the satellite tower. Don't go to the airfield. Don't go to the naval base. Don't go to D4. Don't go to the big city. Okay? Until you're comfortable with what you have, you've built a base, you've got enough money to sector respawn, and then if you run into a player, you might hear him. Like if you play back yesterday's stream, I heard Avenger. I heard the sentries. So I had a choice to run away. It was my choice to stay. It was my choice to fire my gun that doesn't have a suppressor on. So it was my choice to spawn a horde. And it was my choice to have fun with the horde. Okay? You don't have to fight if you don't want to fight. In a lot of situations. If a guy shoots at you first and you didn't see him, there's nothing you can do about it. But that doesn't happen a lot. Usually when I fight someone, I am going somewhere to fight them. I am going to a cargo drop. I am going to a military point of interest. I can hear them. I do not run away. Okay? So if you don't want the results that I had yesterday, do the exact opposite of what I did yesterday. And build a base. You know? If you find great loot, then you've got a place to put the great loot. Don't put all your best loot, like your yellows and your M82s and whatever you find that you never want to lose. Don't put it in your base, okay? We've got this wonderful thing called trees. You put a blueprint around the tree. Don't do it here because someone will clearly see you buried a chest here. Go into a forest, find the thickest tree you can. Pick a tree with a lot of foliage around it so that if the bump sticks out, the foliage covers it. And bury chests all around your base. Like, let's say I built my base here. I'm going to have a chest there. 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 So that if I die, I can just go to one of those chests and get basic gear back. Or if I get raided, I can just, if somebody raids me, I can either respawn and keep playing the game and ignore the fact that he's raiding me, or I can go to those chests and have some fun. Again, for me, the experience is very directed at your choices. There are a few things that are outside of your control. But I promise you, out of all the hours that I've played off stream, while I'm not streaming and I'm not recording, I die 95% less. On stream, people, I die a lot, but that's just because of my choices. When I don't stream and I don't record, I almost never die, okay? Because I'm just playing in a way where I don't want to die and I'm just trying to relax. Where on stream, I'm not trying to relax, I'm trying to have some fun. But that's why I make guides. So the best thing to do right now is not rely on luck. It's to try and find thread or get to, I think, 8 fame. I think you need 8 fame. Then you can go to the trader and buy thread. Then you can craft all the necessary materials to carry loot, but like, I like looting towns. Again, looting towns when you're not streaming and when you're not making videos is relaxing. Again, if you see someone, you can run away. But my experience personally is directly related to my choices. Do you have any idea how many bows you have crafted? Thousands, Newbie. I don't think my message went through. Sorry if I typed it twice. Okay. The hordes are just ridiculous. Endless puppets. My choice is not playing them. Okay, mate, Frank. Okay, I sent a ticket. I think, sorry, I'm not good at door score. Thank you. Evening, Luthais. Are you going to play the way an unskilled player would and see how far you can get by playing safe to us? Yes, Friday. Yes, that's exactly what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you how to stay safe and enjoy yourself. Let me see here quickly. Just want to help River Sort here quickly. Let's take that. Control C. Sorry guys, I'm just helping a person here quickly. Okie dokie. Boom. Yes. Boom. Control C. Boom. Boom. LDR. Search. Okay. Restored, you can play now, bro. You can play now. Rago, welcome, my man. Okay, so when I enter a town, the first thing I'm looking for is, of course, thread, clothing, and a better defensive weapon. The bow, I cannot rely on the bow because of my build. Again, because of my choices that I made. I didn't start with advanced archery because I like leveling it up and it's quite easy. If I started with advanced archery, I'm completely relying on the bow. At the moment, I'm relying on a good melee weapon so that I can safely level up my archery and so that I don't get into danger. I never want to be seen by more than one puppet. So when 2 puppets are looking at me, I don't really go closer to them. Because as soon as 2 puppets see you, they can spawn a horde. And a horde on this server, is twice as dangerous as the hordes on an official server. So you have to have more respect for them. Okay. Gonna check this house out quickly. Maybe we can get a cleaver or something. Maybe we get a better shirt. That's nice. Oh, very, very, very nice start. Above average start. Very, very above average start. And take the clothing. The clothing that doesn't take a lot of backpack space, take it. Because a survivor without rags isn't a survivor. He's a dead man walking. at some point, okay? You cannot plan to survive if you don't have a way to survive. And the way you survive is that you heal yourself when you get hurt. And you are probably going to get hurt. So prepare to get hurt. Now I'm going to just try and make less noise. Again, I don't want to attract more than one puppet. I can hear a puppet close to me. And because my bow is so bloody slow, I'm going to just keep him at a distance. Okay. Going to listen for other puppets. And then I don't really want to search this puppet out in the open. Because if I don't search him, he will disappear. Which gets rid of the evidence that I've been here. If you want to search a puppet, let him follow you into a house and kill him with the good melee weapon that you found. Okay? Again, do I search puppets in the open? Yes. But that's not the right thing to do. If you search a puppet, his clothing will stay there for a very long time. If you don't search a puppet, his clothing won't stay there. He will disappear. And then the evidence of you being here is not so clear. The biggest thing for me when I see puppet clothing is like there's a player. That's when I look for a player, or that's when I'm very, very careful. As soon as I see puppet clothing on the ground, I'm like, it's go time, Like, the chance that there's a player here is very, very good. And now I'm going to look for that player. If I don't see the puppet clothing, I'm not going to look for the player. Which means, if there's a player, they're probably going to have an advantage over me. Because I don't think, I'm not thinking about them. As soon as they leave a trace behind, I am thinking about them. Oh my god, thanks, Luth. That was quick. So, Diamond, mate. So, living archery, do you get XP for each arrow that hits or each kill? Each arrow, buddy. So, you want to hit them as much as possible. I would let the zombies get close to you because your server hit you hard, law. Ranged bow is better, but I see what you're saying. Yeah. Again, I'm looking for a proper weapon. And then I always go for $100. I collect $100 of cash so that I don't have to sell something when I get to the trader. I don't really collect more than $100. I'm just like, I know a silver card costs $100. So I'll look for money until I've got $100. And then I don't look for money anymore. Because, yeah, I want to go to the bank immediately. Another important thing is staying fed. So every town I enter, I always search the trees. If you are not going to cook food, if you are not going to focus on getting black pepper and salt and cooking food and immersing yourself, then at least look for food at every single town you go to, because I promise you, every single town you go to will have food. And then you just eat on the move, which doesn't waste any time. Now I can throw away the stone knife because I've got a better knife. So I'm just going to throw that one away. And then we're going to go. Yeah, it's because you're not focusing on all the elements that you need to focus on, Connor. Now that's a better weapon. That's a better weapon. So I already feel a lot safer now. Because with my melee skill, I can actually take quite a few puppets on. But that doesn't mean if I want to survive and I want to relax, I'm not going to run into the police station now and go, "What's up, bro?" I'm not going to be overconfident. Telly Young, hey Luth, did you start from scratch again? Yeah, Telly, few people were quite shocked with how many times I died yesterday. So I'm just trying to show them that they can come and play on the server after the wipe, and they will be fine. They will be 100% fine. Okay, we can drink from this. When you drink from a water source, you always got to get 200 milliliters of water, like a river, a well, you know, like a man-built thing. If you get water from a man-built thing, you will get 200 milliliters of water, or a river, not a man-built thing. Open water sources, a well, a river, you know. But if you drink water from a bottle, you'll only get 100 milliliters per drink. But you must consider the food that you eat as well. If you have more than 400 milliliters of water in your system, your bladder is going to fill up faster. But I mean, the apples gave us water as well, you know. So the food that you eat, you must combine with the water that you drink, and try and keep it around 400 to 500 milliliters. Riverstort, for the love of your service and your time. Thank you very much, Riverstort. Let's get a lot of love in the chat for Riverstort, guys. And Bummer joined the dream team. Thank you very much, Bummer. LDR is great. Died 3 times already. 800 fame loss, and it's great. Glad to hear that, Toda. Although not everyone dies 3 times and enjoys it, buddy. Most people die and they don't enjoy it. So I'm trying to help them today. Okay, so again, I'm just seeing if I can find a knife. I like that knife more. Of course, I'd like to find a Bushman or cleaver. And my chances of finding a Bushman or cleaver is good. The thing is, when you search a house, there's a lot of possibilities. You can find quest items that you need. You can find screwdrivers, you know, like you can find yellows. They are rare, but you can find yellows in houses. You can find clothing, weapons, money. There's a lot of reasons to loot houses. But again, they're not the most exciting loot locations in the game. End of this month, Aquila. End of this month. So because I'm looking for, you know, not necessarily a better weapon, but a faster weapon. Like, I like the pickaxe, but I either want a Bushman or a cleaver, or I want to craft a better weapon. Okay? And a better weapon for me is the metal sword. So I'm immediately looking for 2 scrap metal, 2 rubber bands, and then I don't have to look for rope, and I don't technically have to look for a toolbox because I can make a toolbox. So let's say we're very unlucky in this town and we don't find a toolbox. Then we just rely on the 2 scrap and the 2 rubber bands, or a piece of rubber. So then I'm going to go like, okay, let's say I don't find a toolbox. Then I technically need 2 scrap, 2 rubber bands, and then I go and look for the toolbox. So I actually need 4 scrap metal, 1 nail, and 1 bolt, and a cutting tool. Because either a cutting tool or a blunt weapon. But I'm not really going to use a blunt weapon. So I can make an axe, cut down the tree, cut down the log, turn the plank into a blunt weapon. So basically 4 scrap, 1 nail, 1 bolt. Okay, and 2 rubber bands. That's what I need for the metal sword. If I'm not lucky enough to find something better. Hey, BM. And again, I'm going to close every door now because I don't want to die. Okay, I'm playing in a way. I'm playing the way a casual player should play, especially a casual player that doesn't want to die. I'm covering my tracks. I'm not leaving any doors open. I'm not giving anyone a free shot on me because while this door's open and I'm looting, someone can come, come over that hill and shoot me in the head. So I am now playing actively to survive. Now I'm going to look for garages because garages are more inclined to give me what I want. And I don't want to take on the police station just yet. I don't want to take on the police station until I'm pretty sure I can handle myself. Only reason I'm searching this puppet is because I've got a bush behind me that's covering me. And that one screwdriver is great, but it's something. So with destroying your bank card, what purpose does that serve? Sorry, I'm a noob. If you don't destroy your card, there's someone who can just take your card and empty your bank account, River. That's the purpose it serves. Since you said to play carefully, try to loot police station to see if you struggle until front screwdriver opens. Carefully try to loot. No, you don't loot the police station if you don't have screwdrivers, Connor, because then you're taking a risk for minimum reward. You only loot the police station when you have 8 screwdrivers, because then the risk is worth the reward. Yeah, you go. I can play casually. Might not be exciting, but I know how to do it. Now that's giving us carbs, so I'm going to take that. It doesn't taste nice, but I'm definitely going to take it. And now, because I've got the kitchen knife, I'm going to have rags. This is something that I don't do on stream. I never make sure I've got bandages or rags. But if you want to survive, you need to focus on this. You will not survive. Like, what are you going to do if a wolf attacks you? What are you going to do if a sentry hits you? What are you going to do if a player hits you? What are you going to do if puppets put C2 injuries on you? And you haven't prepared for that situation. I know what you're going to do. You're going to look for clothing and die. Or you're going to use your dirty rags, bolt an infection, get frustrated because of the infection, then die, then rage quit. Yeah, it's a .22 pistol, very, very weak. A .22, any .22 pistol or rifle is very, very weak. And yeah, just make sure everything's in my quick slot. Okay, so just taking my time, taking it very, very slow. Looking for rubber bands, looking for rubber gloves, looking for a toolbox, looking for a nail. That's worth money, but not enough money in my current situation. So I'll rather choose loot space than the little bit of money. Spaghetto. Thank you very much, brother. Hope you have a good day. Again, guys, look, this is a town. This is a town. Look at this. Tree, tree, corn, corn, tree, tree. If you starve, if you have any problems with food or water, go to the bathroom, look in the mirror, Look at that person in the mirror and tell them, you need to do better. You need to take it slow. You need to relax. Okay? You are suffering because of your mistakes. Kelly Damage, member for 29 months. Howdy, everyone. Hey, Kelly. Haven't heard from you in a while. I hope everything's going well, darling. Always nice to see you. I definitely miss Toro. I can definitely feel Toro's not here every day, so I definitely miss him. But, hey, Kelly. Thank you very much, darling. Let's get a lot of roses and sunflowers and hearts in the chat for Kelly, guys. Thank you very much, Kelly. Really appreciate it, darling. Now, I'm collecting bolts because I know bolts opens up a lot of possibilities. Since I want to stay alive, getting a better melee weapon is objective 1. Objective 2 is making it harder for people to kill me. And that's why I'm collecting the bolts. Because you need the bolts to craft a bulletproof vest, if you're not lucky enough to find a bulletproof vest. And then I'm going to craft a improvised pistol, in case I don't find a pistol, because why? The improvised pistol can take any bullet. And then I'm going to craft the improvised rifle. Why? Because it's poop easy to craft it, and it can take any bullet. Okay? So I can shoot someone right from the start. Again, I'm looking for a workshop. There's a workshop over there. Never standing in the middle of the road, you know. Try and be close to walls. If somebody shoots at you, you never want to be in the open. If somebody shoots at you, you want to get into cover very, very fast. There we find a toolbox. Very, very lucky. So, yeah, we've got some fortune here. Gonna put that there. Gonna put that there. Gonna put that over there. I'm gonna put the toolbox over there. And I almost thought that was rubber glove. Almost thought that was rubber gloves. If they want to avoid infection, I always make a point to search the bars to find vodka, whiskey, or other spirits. I feel like people overlook that easily. Yes. How many rounds is there before the finals in the showdown tournament? Hope your team goes to the finals. The finals won't, the last rounds will be this weekend. And the finals will be next weekend, Night Hunter. I hope so too, buddy. I hope so too. And yeah, I like looting food stores. Food stores, I feel food stores are more likely to give you like a cleaver or a bushman or milk or black pepper or salt or something that you want. How did the showdown go for you? I saw the Scum Twitch live done. It's gone very, very well, buddy. We just didn't have the opportunity to fight the 3 technically weakest teams and guarantee our spot in the final. But that's fine. And there, exactly what I said happened, guys. Exactly what I said happened. What did I say before I entered this building? You know, it's more likely to give me something that can really, really help me. And I mentioned the cleaver, okay? Now we've got a very, very nice weapon. It's not the best weapon, but it's the best This is the best knife you can get, if you have to put it that way. And then we get another one. We can swap the 99% one with the 100% one. And that's why I search food stores. It doesn't matter if I don't get food. Most of the time I do get something that is better than I get in a town. And I never skip pharmacies. Because I want scissors as fast as possible. And I want antibiotics so that I never struggle with an infection. I want painkillers so that if I go into a dangerous area, I can take the painkillers beforehand so it's less likely for me to limp. And this is just the bonus. Like, I don't come in here for I don't come in here for a backpack. I'm basically just hoping for medical equipment. Found a gold pistol in one. Nice, Kelly. Yeah, like I say, they always surprise me. I mean, not always, but they do surprise me. And when I look for medical equipment, again, there I've got the money that I needed. I told you guys I want at least $100. There I've got $151. So I'm not looking for money anymore. I'm not searching for money. But I don't pick up potassium. I don't pick up vitamin pills. I only pick up painkillers, antibiotics, activated charcoal. Because that's worth money and that can make a major difference to my survival. If I feel I'm low on vitamins, I'll eat the vitamins. If I'm on my way to the radiation zone, I'll start picking up I'll start picking up potassium. But if I don't have any special plans, I just ignore it. And then I'll see how much it gives me. You know, like the vitamin pills almost never give me what I want. Like I want B12 and DE. I always focus on like B2, B12, vitamin D, vitamin E. But these, B2, B2 is not too bad, but it doesn't give me vitamin D, it doesn't give me vitamin C. 420 micrograms of vitamin E. You see, it's too little. It's too little. So it's a waste money-wise, it's a waste space-wise, and yeah, there's just not enough benefits for me to take it. Now I'm still looking for that for those rubber gloves. I feel finding rubber gloves in workshops is relatively easy most of the time. Oh, there's a nail. There's a nail. Even though we already have the toolbox, having nails and bolts on you is always good. No, we're fine with everything. There's another bolt. Did I search this? Yeah, I did. And this place, for me, is better than a clothing store. Better than a clothing store. Look there. Yeah. I always come here because you can find clothing, point one. And various items. Yeah, there's clothing. Like, I can find clothing here. And then it's always got the office. Look at the rope that the office just gave me. Look at the diary. Why do I want the diary? Because with the diary, I never need a rag or gunpowder or an oil, like an oil filter to... This is tinder for fire. Okay? This is 14 tinder for fire, which is very, very nice. That's a needle, which is a quest item. Metal needle, which is a quest item, and you can make traps with it. There's another metal needle. And yeah, I've got flint now, so I don't care about lighters. Although, if we find matches, I'll explain to you guys why you don't want to throw away matches. Like if we take this and we go examine. We need it for a flamethrower. Okay? So you can say, hey, I want that. I need that for a flamethrower. Okay? But that's all you can do with a zipper. That's it. You can light a fire and you can make a flamethrower. Now, I'm going to show you when we find matches. Matches are different. So let's wait until we find some matches. And I have found a few yellows in here. Like my spot for yellows is that place, this place, and then at the bottom. Again, I can find clothing. There's even water bottle for me. No, there's shoes. We found jeans, shoes, more jeans. So if you guys are sad that the clothing stores don't have clothing anymore, focus on these buildings. Okay, focus on these buildings. So I do this one. These two haven't given me anything in a very long time. I don't know what's happened to those two desks, but I still searched it. But I'm more lucky upstairs. If I look at my strike rate is way better, way better downstairs. Okay, so found one screwdriver. It's the new school system. Yeah, like I always loot the pharmacy. I always loot whatever that is. A miniature school. I don't know what that is. But I always loot that. I always loot the workshops. You know, and if you want to be thorough, you have to loot all the houses. Now, I'm willing to play safe while I'm on stream, but I'm not willing to make you guys fall asleep. Okay, so I'm not going to loot every single house. That's definitely going to be a little bit too slow. Now, I know that's a bunker. I'm not in the mood for a bunker, but I want to start a base. I want to have a place to keep my loot safe. I want to have a flag that I can bury a bunch of chests around the flag. I want a place to call home. So if I wasn't close to the sawmills, I would go to industrial areas. You know, if I was here, I'd go to the factory. If I was here, I'd go to the quarries. If I'm here, I'm going to the motocross track or the train yard. You know, there's always a place. If I'm here, I'm going to the brick factory and the scrapyard. There's always somewhere where you can find tools. If I'm here, I go to the big city. Now that I'm here, I'm going to the sawmills. One, Ziza, it's on one. Hey, Overlord. If base upgrades is your focus, yes, Lars, but a vehicle, as soon as you start focusing on your base, a vehicle is way more important than being close to scrap. Because if you're always going to build your base close to the scrapyard or something, people are going to walk past your base a heck of a lot, and you might be targeted because of it. And again, this stream is to teach people how to be safe. So you don't build your base where a lot of people will run into it, because that means you're going to get raided. And here's the matches. Okay, here's the matches. We're going to do exactly the same. Right click, examine. And it's not telling us. Why are you not telling me, my bro? Why are you not telling me? Guys, you need the matches for something very important. Maybe the chat can help, okay? The examine doesn't always work. But you need the matches for something very, very important. I just can't remember what it is. But it's got something to do with explosives. Maybe C4 or something. You need matches for something. And it's got something to do with explosives. And I'm disappointed that the examine thing doesn't work. I'm disappointed that doesn't work. I'm standing in the open, but I just wanna go through it with you guys. Oh, I'm at base building. That's why it's not gonna work. I'm at base building. Okay, so C4. No, it's not that. Claymore. No. Light TNT. No, you can light TNT with anything. No, you can light TNT with anything. There's a specific thing that you need matches. Only matches. Only matches. Oh, if you guys, if you want to protect your base with mines, remember those pens. You know, those pens that you skip? Remember those pens. Meth. Nice, Kelly. Those pens that you walk past, mines are very easy to make. And it can definitely protect you. Yeah, it can definitely protect your base. What was it? I know we need matches for something, but for what? For what? Give me a sec, guys. I'm going to click on everything. Yeah? I'm going to click on everything. I know we need matches for something. What the heck was it? Okay, never mind. It's not an explosive. It's something important. It is something important. I just can't remember, but it's something important. I remember this because me and Fab, it doesn't work, Newbie, it doesn't work. Me and Fab wanted to craft a lot of these things, and then we saw we needed matches. And then we went to the trader to buy matches, and it was like $400 for a box of matches. Matches are quite expensive at the trader. That's why I'll never forget it. We wanted to craft quite a few of these things. And then we needed matches for it. It can, Overlord, it can. I'm telling you it can. I just can't remember the item. Well, hopefully Fab enters the chat at some point. No, I wasn't on a red mushroom at the time. Never mind. No, it's not that. Good. I don't know, Lars. I don't know. Well, I know me and Fab needed it. I'll never forget that. Now, the reason I will search more houses is because houses are, it's more common to find thread in houses. That's why I would search more houses. Very funny, Bright Day. Very, very, very funny. And then whenever I eat something, I like to have a sip of beer. I can put that on my head. I can sell that later. Yeah, so whenever I eat something, okay, with carbs, so I'm going to eat this. I don't drink wine or beer on an empty stomach, guys. Ever. Okay? So I first fill my stomach with carbs so that the carbs say their intake is high. So I get the intake high of the carbs. But I want to protect the carbs because I've got no carbs. And now my body is gaining a lot of carbs, but as soon as I start running, my body's going to lose the carbs. So then I try and get beer or I try and get wine. So what I'm going to do now is instead of drinking directly, putting my mouth against that metal pipe, which I'm not crazy about, I'm going to spill all this water and I'm rather going to be sophisticated and let the wine go in here. Okay. Now I've got 5 uses of wine. And now, when I run, I'm using 0 carbs. Okay, so now I'm allowing my carbs to climb a little bit because without carbs, I'm burning through my protein way too fast. And I never want to burn through my protein because protein is directly related to what class? I'm going to talk to you guys like students now. What do we need protein for? There we go, Ethan. Well done, buddy. Well done. Strength. You don't have protein, you are getting weaker. What is the worst thing? What will take you the longest to level up in Scum? You can say it again, guys. What attribute will take you the longest in your life to level up in Scum? Build muscle. Okay, let's say that's strength. Okay, strength. So you never, ever, ever want to lose strength. Because it will be your biggest target in the game. Intelligence if you don't do abandoned bunkers. Yeah. No, you'll probably never be able to do that unless you ask someone to do it for you. Okay, so now, how do you know when the wine isn't protecting you anymore, Luth? You look at your alcohol. Okay? You look at your alcohol. As soon as all the alcohol is out of your system, it's not protecting your carbs anymore. So you can just press tab and see, there's 4 grams of alcohol left. You can just press tab every now and then. When that's on 0, you probably need to drink again. Worst one is practically lockpicking for hours on end. Well, we fixed that with LDR settings. Prof. Luth, what is best for strength? Wheelbarrow or mountain bike? Depends on what you're willing to do. Definitely the wheelbarrow, because time-wise, you can do IRL stuff while you are wheelbarrowing. With a mountain bike, you cannot do IRL stuff while you're mountain biking. And when you wheelbarrow in your base, you are very unlikely to die. When you're driving a mountain bike, you are way more likely to die, because if you run into a guy with an AK and you can only use your pistol, you're in some deep poop. Okay? So a mountain bike takes a lot of strategy and a lot of patience that you don't get shot to kingdom come and lose it. But before you can afford a vehicle, not a bad idea. Because you're going to take that pants, because that pants doesn't need to be repaired. And because you've got a bunch of odd sizes here, I'm just going to put all the odd sizes in there. Okay. No, not on a mountain bike, Overlord. Maybe on the other bicycle, but not on a mountain bike. Unless you don't manage your stamina at all. But yeah, never ride that other bicycle. That other bicycle will get you killed way too much. Way too much. Now, I'm not collecting feathers or arrows. I'm collecting feathers or a bed. Again, the game doesn't tell you. Again, look here, guys. The game doesn't tell you. Okay? The game does not tell you that feathers helps you to make a bed. But it does. And once again, every time we get somewhere, we look for food. Every POI we go to, we look for food. The faster you run, it also affects the speed of your mountain bike. Yeah. And I feel a lot of the complaints are directly related to puppets. Okay, if I listen to the complaint, it is directly related to puppets. Now, one thing that you must understand is that not only can a player kill you in a military point of interest, but a military point of interest is seen as a high threat zone. Okay? So in the forest, you're very safe from puppets. That's a low threat zone. In towns, you are still pretty safe from puppets. That's a medium threat zone. As soon as you go into a high threat zone, which is a military point of interest, you are way more likely to run into a player, and you are way more likely to be overwhelmed by puppets. Because the multiplier of the puppet spawning and the multiplier of the horde is bigger in a high threat zone. Okay, so you're increasing your risk of dying to puppets and players as soon as you enter a military point of interest. I'm gonna wait for Fab. He's gonna tell you guys what you need matches for. Okay, I think I've got enough feathers. Let's just make sure here. Go to base building. Go to our nice bed. Where's our nice bed? Am I blind like usually? There's my nice bed. Okay, so the nice bed, it doesn't say how many feathers it takes. I think it only takes like 3 feathers. I think so. Yeah, I think 5 feathers is more than enough. You guys can keep teasing me. I'm gonna wait for Fab. There we get better shoes. That's a very nice upgrade. Okay. Now, this barn is also quite likely to spawn you a tool. Not always, but it is quite likely to spawn you a tool. So, I'm always too lazy to climb this ladder. But if you want to survive, you have to climb the ladders. So I just basically look if there's anything up there. That is matches. But in case it's thread. It looks like matches. Yeah, it's matches. Okay, never mind. And then I'm too lazy to climb down. So I just fall down like that. In a survival situation, for real looks would be the less I care. But game-wise, why waste time making the one that takes more mats to make? Because it doesn't take a lot of work. If it was a heck of a lot more work, yes, it isn't a heck of a lot more work. Okay, I'm going to throw the matches away until someone enters the chat that knows what matches are used for. And this is how I keep my dexterity, this is how I keep my energy below 50%. By eating little. You know, I'm like a raccoon. I just bite on something every now and then. Because if I eat a lot, then I don't have control over my energy. If I eat regularly, then I do have control over my energy. I know, Joe, but they wrong. They are wrong. And if you see Yogi, get rid of him. Get rid of Yogi. Just get rid of him. Okay? He's going to die at some point, guys. As soon as you shoot an animal, they're going to bleed out at some point. Okay? Now, you guys might say, Luth, you're very lucky with that. No, I'm not very lucky. But if you want to deal with Yogi in the open, just put a tree between you and him. Never mind. Is he dead already? No, he's not dead. Okay, he's dead now. You see? 3 arrows in the head, and he bleeds out. Now, if he charges you in the open, all you do is you put the tree, you keep the tree between you and him all the time. Just keep the tree between you and him, and then he'll get lazy and he runs away. Okay? But because I've got the cleaver, we're going to... Where did Yogi just go? How did we lose Yogi that fast? How the heck did we lose Yogi that fast? Goodness gracious, we're probably some of the worst hunters I've ever seen in my life. Yogi just disappeared. My word. He was standing right here. He was standing right here. And then he ran over here. What the heck? Like he tried to get to me. And then he ran away. Wait. What the heck? Maybe this way? Like he was right against the fence, man. He was right up against the fence. How did he just disappear? In the middle of the rock formation. In the middle. It's a bear, guys. It's not that difficult to... It can't be that difficult to see a bear. Yeah, he's gone. He just disappeared. He vanished. Any case. Okay, he vanished. It's fine. Let's move on with our journey. Now we're going to the sawmills. because that's where we will find tools to craft the base. Again, my energy is dipping quite low, so I'm just going to top it up. And I like having different foods. I like having different foods on me. Look there. 800, 400 to 800 calories per hour. As soon as I eat something else, as soon as I add something, as soon as I've got 2 circles there. Look there. Now it's more stable. As soon as I add something else to it. The more circles you have here, the more stable your intake is. 1,000. Now we've got 1,000 calories per hour. Okay. So I like eating different foods to boost my energy temporarily. For now, yes, Ethan, not after the wipe. For now, yes, not after the wipe. Okay, we hurt ourselves. We're all about immersion. We're going to take out a bandage. And we're going to heal ourselves. Okay. And then we're going to lie down because to survive, we have to relax. I don't know, how many of you do yoga or meditation? Chat, does anyone do yoga or meditation? No, I don't do yoga or meditation. Does anyone in the chat do yoga or meditation? Ethan says no. No. Faz says no. Miranda says, hi, Overlord. I do occasionally strobe out and stare at the wall. That means a lack of focus and daydreaming, Ethan. We all daydream, buddy. I meditate with my hugs. Okay. I'm running around in a Leica on Udall. That count? No, it doesn't count. Okay, so apparently you guys don't do any of that. Okay. If you heal yourself immediately, guys, with advanced medical, it will not take long to get into recovery. Okay. I'm going to look for Fab. You guys are teasing me too much about these matches. I'm going to go look for Fab. I need some backup here. Okay. That was quick. Okay, that was quick. Let's carry on with the journey. How do you lose fat in game? I've been eating fruit and still have the debuff of too much fat. Burn through all your energy. Burn through all your energy, bro. Burn through all your energy that your energy says 0. Then you would have lost all your fat. And then you start from scratch again. You ate something. You definitely ate something with too much fat. But you forgot about it. Okay? So, run out of energy completely and then you start from scratch with your diet. My pleasure, bud. Okay, while we're running around, we are looking at our fame. Because if we aren't lucky enough to find thread, we're gonna buy thread. But I think we need 8 fame to buy thread. Okay, I'm running towards the snow, that is correct. Now, as soon as I see the intake decreasing, you see, my food's almost up. Then I'm going to take a sip of wine to just keep it stable. Just keep it stable. You know, one sip, we don't turn into drunk idiots. Just one little sip. Nylon line won't do. Yeah, but we didn't find nylon. Nylon will do, but we didn't find any nylon. Watching you run around like this really makes me miss and appreciate this game. It really is such a good game at its core. It is, Dodgy, it is. Okay, so this is we're in a medium thread zone. So we use our melee skill. As soon as a puppet is close to us, we use our melee skill because that's what we chose. We're not fast enough, we use our melee skill. Okay. Hey Dodgy, Tyro T, welcome, buddy. As soon as we get rushed, we take out our melee weapon until we've got basic archery or medium archery. Only time we shoot a puppet is if we're calm and relaxed. Look there, I can't even keep a 20-pound bow pulled back because of my archery skill. Hey Caleb, welcome. Caleb, welcome Caleb. Now you always loot these places because kitchens can give you beer. And beer is just as good as wine. Okay? And this can give you military loot, or armor, or rubber gloves. And any of those are very, very good for us. Now we need 4 scrap metal. So let's focus on the scrap metal right now. Let's focus on the scrap metal right now. And that needle is wasting valuable loot space. So we're just going to throw it away because we've got needles. 80 for everything, mouse. 80 for everything. Yeah, that was a dangerous situation, but we handled it. We handled it. And it's nice and safe to loot them. We are relatively protected. Okay. Why do we loot puppets? Because we need a cell phone. That's why we loot puppets. But we cannot rely on puppets. Okay, so we're not going to search every single puppet in the hope of finding a cell phone. And we're not going to loot every single car in the hope for a yellow screwdriver, because that just makes the game not a lot of fun. There's better ways to look for those things. Yeah, near the quest boards, you can find a cell phone near the quest boards. But unfortunately, you're not the only person who knows about that. But that is a good tip. That is a good tip. And there we find the baseball bat, which is my preferred weapon. So I'm going to drop this. I'm going to take the baseball bat. And I'm going to make a better baseball bat with our nails. But you still need the knife, guys. This is what I do on stream. I take the baseball bat, but I drop the knife, which is not the right thing to do. Because a baseball bat is a blunt weapon. Where's our sharp weapon? This isn't a sharp weapon, okay? So where does our sharp weapon go? Well, we have to keep it somewhere. So we're going to keep it right there. And we're going to put the money in there. And we're going to drop one of the metal needles because we're not planning. We are not planning on... actually, I'm going to drop the wire cutters. Because I'm not planning on diffusing suicide puppets right now. And I'm not planning on making mines right now. So I'm just going to drop it. My food's at 45%. Gonna nibble on something. That's an airdrop, but it's a little bit too far away from us. We're just gonna ignore it. And there we find a helmet. Like I tell you guys, these sleeping quarters are very, very, very nice for lucky military loot. Now it's almost impossible for a guy to kill us with a headshot. Especially just after a wipe. Especially just after a wipe. Not in the sawmill, not in the sawmills. In the sleeping quarters. In the sleeping quarters. I don't like fighting puppets when they are glitched. So I'm just going to run past her. Try and get her out of there. Luckily she came out. Okay. I'm going to kill that guy so I can walk in one line when I loot them. Okay. I'm not going to kill that puppet right now. I'm going to try and use the bush so he doesn't see me. We are in the map. I've never seen this place. D2, right above the snow. Just northwest of the squiggly road. Right there at the sawmills. Okay, now they're putting me under pressure. I don't want a horde on me. So I'm going to get rid of them. There's too many around me. I want to thin them out. I'm not in the mood for a horde. Fab, great. Brew, they've been teasing me the entire night. What do we use matches for? Remember we wanted to craft a bunch of stuff, but then we needed matches, but the matches were really expensive. Remember? We wanted to craft something, but it required matches. But the matches were very expensive. What were we trying to craft, bro? What were we trying to craft? Smartphone battery. What a find, what a find, what a find, what a find. I think you're wrong there. Last thing I remember was we checked for pens. No, not in the showdown server. A while back, buddy. A while back. We needed the matches to craft something. Then we went to the trader and we saw the matches were extremely expensive. No, it doesn't work, bro. It doesn't work. It doesn't tell you. Just like feathers. Look, you could craft a bed with feathers. It doesn't tell you could craft a bed with feathers. It doesn't work. It was something really, really important, bro. It was something really, really important. I don't care what the wiki says, guys. I don't care what the wiki says. I don't care what the wiki says. No, man, it's not a different game. No, but crafting, it will always tell you. Crafting, it will always tell you. Does anyone know if there will be an update at some point? Will always allow Linux again? Not sure, buddy. Goodness gracious. Matches are only to light. Goodness. Okay, thanks, Ram. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Kill box, not a gift box.
Rule number 1, MP5 SD.
Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec.
Next one's open, John.
Yep. Rule number 2, AK-15. And some MVGs. Let's just go straight in there. Let's try this.
Next one's
The
open.
Kill Box is brought to you
Comes our
by the
puppets,
Tech
Kevin.
One Corporation. It's getting a bit boring. Here, have a bit of entertainment.
Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec.
Let's do this one. Number 3 is a grenade.
Boom.
This next one's open.
P5. That's disappointing.
Circuit board. I'm not doing this one.
Okay.
I got an RPG rocket out of the locker there.
Nice. Okay, that's it, we're done.
Sorry guys, just waiting for Mike to really chat.
Yep, I'm good.
30 seconds left.
Luth.
And that
You're
would
not-
be all.
aren't you streaming,
The
buddy?
only
What
thing
do you
left
need-
here is
what do
a
you need
swift
matches
and
for
painless
in
death
Scum?
provided by our lasers.
Matches?
I highly recommend.
I thought you needed them for a couple crafting items.
10 seconds mark. 5, 4,
Yeah, you need matches for the flare trap.
2, 1.
I think this firework trap as well for the firework trap.
You're listening to our stream in the background on Luth's stream. Amazing.
No, he's in chat.
No, Telly just
Okay.
said on my stream that they're
I
listening
gotcha.
to us on Luth.
There we go. Where? I told you guys. I told you guys, man. I told you guys. Look there. Flare trap. Look there. Matches. And only matches. Firework trap. Matches. And only matches. Okay? I told you. I told you. You said it 2 times. That was at the end, buddy. That was not when everyone was teasing me. Well, I missed it, Mouse. I missed it. Yeah, it was probably way longer ago, Fab. It was probably much longer ago. Hallelujah! Ora bora, ora bora, ora bora. Rubber gloves! Finally. Finally, we got some rubber gloves. Now, let's use the best tool for this. Taking hands. Cut. Low durability, I don't like that. Low durability, I don't like that. And there we go, guys. There we go. First objective complete. This weapon is better than a baseball bat. And it's better than a cleaver. And it's a cutting tool. Okay? Better than a baseball bat, better than a cleaver, and it's a cutting tool. So we don't need those anymore. So we're saving a lot of space now. We're saving a lot of space. Now, we need to craft. We need to have fun. Are you guys stressing? Are you guys worried that I'm going to die at any second? Any of you guys worried about me dying any second? You know, are we stressing ourselves to death, ladies and gentlemen? Are we stressing ourselves to death? And you know, like, if I want to have fun, I don't think about the traders. I'm like a monkey in the forest. Okay? Okay, monkey is not the right word. Okay? I don't focus on the traders. Let me put it that. I don't focus on the traders. You expect me to die eventually. Well, then you're on the wrong stream. If you expect me to die eventually, you are watching the wrong stream. Okay. So now, I'm going to focus on some feathers and save some money. I know you will die. Law, been watching you for years. It's fine. Yeah, but I'm playing differently, buddy. I'm playing differently today. It's Luthais version 2 now. Okay. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do with a screwdriver, because the chances that you are going to find a screwdriver so early is quite unlikely. Okay, so we're not gonna focus on the screwdriver, guys. We're not gonna focus on the screwdriver because that isn't realistic. Hey, Ballistic, welcome, welcome, welcome. But we are gonna focus on the things that we can focus on. We are gonna focus on the things that we can focus on. First thing we can focus on is 2 sticks, blue wire. You really want to tell me I didn't pick up blue wire? I could have sworn I picked up blue wire. I could cut that up for blue wire, but I could have sworn I picked up blue wire. Okay, whatever. 2 scrap. Okay, 2 sticks, 2 scrap. Let's go pick up more scrap. Let's go pick up more scrap. Okay. That's a better toolbox. We're gonna take that. That is a great tool. That is a great tool. That is my favorite tool. That's my favorite tool to build a base. And this here, the hatchet, the improvised hatchet, is my second favorite tool to build a base. Okay, let's check what we find here. Okay, so now we're just going to get more scrap metal, which we should find up here. And I'm not going to run because running is rushing. And we're not rushing. We are surviving. We are immersing ourselves. We are very, very, very calm right now. There we get 2 scrap metal. We're going to take this away. We're going to press 3 so we don't use our melee tool. Okay, it says we can use small sticks, so that's fine. And we need the wires, so cut into wires. You can cut car battery cables into wires. And then we've got 2 perfect wires. It's amazing. It's amazing. And there we've got our pistol. Engineering experience for all the planks. Now you get the tools to build your base to get the experience. No, I still want to use the kitchen knife on... Oh, I've got the axe. I've got the axe. Yeah, now I can drop that. I don't need that anymore. You are correct, buddy. You are correct. I don't need that anymore. Okay, now I have to just organize my loot over here. Put that like that. Now, according to me, thread is extremely important, because according to me, without a sewing kit, we cannot make a holster. But that doesn't matter. We are going to go to phase 3. We are finished with phase 2, which is the pistol. Now we move on to phase 3, which is 4 more scrap and 2 of these things, which is not very difficult. So let's go to 4 scrap. There we get the 4 scrap. Okay, let's put the pistol in our hands. Get the 4 scrap. Cut this down as well with the axe. Okie dokie, and now we can craft. No, not yet. Not yet. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh, apparently we don't have enough scrap. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're back. And there we go. Okay. Our main issue here is we don't have enough inventory space. So inventory space is definitely a focus for us right now. A very, very, very big focus for us right now. Okay. So we can craft the bulletproof vests, but we need inventory space like in yesterday. Okay. Now, let's see what the chances that we'll be able to do a tier 1 quest. That is a really good chance for a tier 1 quest. The needle is a very good chance for a tier 1 quest. So the chances are high that we can do a tier 1 quest, but we need a cell phone. We need a cell phone. So let's see if we can get to 8 fame by killing puppets or find the smartphone. And yeah, remember the like button, guys. Remember the like button. No, at the end of the month, buddy. At the end of the month. How good is the sword, Luth? Okay, I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. No, I want to farm this guy. I want to farm this guy. I want to farm this guy. I need that guy for my archery, guys. It's the only puppet that I can hit 5 times. So I need that guy for my archery. Whatever. The money's not going to take an extra stack. But yeah, I'll show you guys how strong this is. And now I'm actually looking for feathers. Now I am actually looking for feathers. I'm on 7 fame. Just by killing puppets, so we're getting there. Okay, I want to find at least 10 nails. I've got 10 bolts. I need at least 10 nails. Ooh. That is better durability than that. But I like that more because this thing's animation is a bit broken. I don't like this thing's animation. The saw used to be my favorite until the first person animation went bat poop crazy. Now I don't enjoy it anymore. Okay. See what we can find here. See if there's like I don't know, a chainsaw lying on the ground. They usually lie on the ground, the chainsaws. I'm going to check if there's any chainsaw lying on the ground. Not that I can see. Yeah, I'm going to get thread, but I'm definitely going to get thread. Okay. So, at the moment we're out of inventory space. It really doesn't help us doing anything right now. Because everything we do needs inventory space. So it's a waste of time trying to do anything right now. So we are on our way to the trader. Which is not great, because we haven't got a cell phone. Well, we can go there, Salon. We can go there, Salon. So we're going south, and we must go that way. Okay, we see our food is low. So we're going to try and sort that out quickly. We're going to eat some of this. Doesn't taste very nice, but apparently it helps us. So that's giving us 115 grams of carbs. Now we're going to take some wine. Protect us. And then we're going to eat some garlic. And we're going to throw away the matches because we now know what the matches is needed for. And then we're going to run with the bow in our hands because the bow is faster at the end of the day. And I need to get a little bit more food. So I like going to small settlements for that. Okay, guys. Way faster swing speed. Way faster. And kills puppets faster. Live, die, repeat, Callum. Live, die, repeat. I mean, we're fighting big puppets here. We're not fighting small puppets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, tell me when I kill a puppet faster than that with a baseball bat and nails. Please tell me. When do I kill a puppet faster than that with a baseball bat and nails? And we find the cell phone. That was very, very lucky. It's not lucky. We've searched a ton of puppets, but it's still luck. Still luck. Okay? And yes, so you don't have to find a baseball bat. You just have to find rubber gloves, which is very common. And then you craft a metal sword, and then you've got the best defensive item in the game. Not the top defensive item, the best starting item in the game. And I'm running the wrong direction. Good thing I ran the wrong direction. I wouldn't have found the puppet with a cell phone on him if I didn't run the wrong direction. Now, the other thing that we're worried about is this. The color. This color is bad. That color is very, very, very bad. So, we need that. Definitely need that. We don't really need that right now. And technically, what else don't we need really, really badly? The matches. We don't need the matches very, very badly. So, I'm going to take this off just so that people cannot spot me. A DIY guy. Okay? Just so that I am more difficult to spot. The white backpack is bad, but I mean, We can't do anything about the white backpack at the moment. And if you are killing 500 puppets and not finding a smartphone, just go to the big city next to the police station. There's a post office. Search the boxes in the post office. You will find a cell phone. Okay, if you're very, very unlucky and you haven't found a cell phone yet, you're going to have to run to the big city. Go to the post office. You will find cell phones there. Or run to every place, every point of interest, look for a quest board, and look if there's a cell phone in front of the quest board. Thanks, Lars. I'm fine for now, but I'm fine for now. Now, the great thing about this gun is you can put a sight on it, you can put a silencer on it, a crafted silencer, and you can put any round in it, okay? So if someone's trying to fight you, but you don't want to fight them, shoot them in the leg and run away. Or when you have shot them in the leg, get into cover, reload and kill them, okay? Same with the pistol. It can take any round, so it enables you to shoot people immediately, especially if you're not good with a bow. But it's extremely basic because of the one round thing. You know, you are always aiming for a pistol that can take a magazine with multiple rounds. But this is so easy to craft at the start. It is way better to defend yourself with a rifle or a crafted pistol rather than a metal sword and a bow. Okay, so they're enabling you to defend yourself against the player right at the beginning of your gameplay because of the improvised rifle and the improvised pistol. And you can use any pistol ammo, any rifle ammo except BMG ammo. So really nice for day one, after a wipe. Very, very nice for day one. And I mean, you can literally put a scope on it and spec out points of interest. Hey, Becca, welcome, bud. Now, although we must go to the trader, this town isn't very, very big. So I'm going to loot this entire town in the hope that I find some thread. I'm not crazy about going to the trader at the moment. So I'll rather just see if I can get lucky with thread gear or something, you know, clothing or something that will help me. Good, Becca. I'm doing good, buddy. I'm doing good. And I have to realize I'm triple carrying. So whenever I eat, I have to be aware of my surroundings. And that's what you can find. That is what you can find in a town. Okay? Everything I said is coming true. Everything I said is coming true. But on day one of a wipe, there will be a lot more players on the server. And you must be very nervous at this moment. Especially, you must realize you got lucky. You must realize if this happens to you on day one of a wipe, You must bury a chest as soon as possible. As soon as humanly possible. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm not going to risk dying with 2 yellow screwdrivers on me. I'm going to mark the tree over there. Alt-C, mark it over there. Alt-C, mark it over there. And I'm going to try and use these leaves to hide the chest. Okay, let's get the logs out of the way here. Okay, cut these up. You're going to need 8 logs for the chest. Or 8 planks. Any reason why you use the small fires compared to big? Always use bonfire to mark stuff. And this is not marking stuff. This is not marking a location that I can see from far away, Chuds. This is just to mark out the outsides of the tree. If I mark something so I can see it from a distance, like a car, you know, or a route, I'll use the big bonfires. This is temporary blueprints that I'm going to remove. Okay, so now I want the chest to be more this side. I want the bush to protect most of the chests, yeah, most of the chest. It might stick out a little bit there, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, so we're going to put the chest down. I think I've got enough rope and everything. I do. Okay, so now I'm going to put the 2 yellows in here. Because I don't want to lose it under any circumstances. And then the pistol is taking, the pistol is taking very odd, you know. The pistol is wasting a lot of space. So, yeah, I'll rather wait till I get a holster and then I can just come and fetch it. Okay? And now all we do is we cut up another one. No, we cut it up. Make sure we don't forget the sword because we don't have loot space. I need rope, but according to the game, I don't have rope. That's rope. Oh, I need a stick. Sorry, guys. I need a stick. I need a long stick. So let me just... Ah, man, the branch is right here. Where's the branch? Where did the branch go? There's the branch. So just put the branch over here quickly. Cut it down. Yeah, Charles, exactly. Okay, I basically just need 1 long stick to make the shovel. So I'm going to craft the shovel. And it's using, you know, the rope. Always nice to find rope like that, especially at the start. And now we just get our stamina back. And bury the chest. Now we press Control C. Go to our notepad on our PC. Okay, we go to our note. We press Control C. And we're going to press Control C a lot. We're going to press Control C every time we die to PvE. So we can find our body very easily. And we're going to press Control C for the loot. Okay, so I'm going to type here chest with 2 yellows, and crafted pistol. Just so that I know what is in that chest with the location. Okay? And now I won't lose it. And now if I want to see, I don't want to throw this away because maybe I don't like where I buried it. So all I'm going to do now is, looks okay, but I want to see what it looks like to another player. So I'm just going to log out. Log back in. And now I see what another player sees. That's fine. That's fine for me. So I'm just going to destroy the blueprint. It's not great. If you want to be a perfectionist, that's not acceptable. If you want to be a perfectionist, you don't want anyone to see that. Okay? So then you're going to go look for a thicker tree with brush all around it. You know? There are trees where no one will be able to spot this, guys. Right, that which is going to give your loot away. But you're going to need to spend more time on it. But I am quite happy with this. Okay, so now I'm not stressing myself to death about dying anymore. I've got 2 yellows in the bank. Let's call it the bank. And I can still find some thread. I can still find some thread. And you guys really have to get used to jogging. I know I run constantly when I'm streaming, but if you want to slow your brain down, if you want to relax, if you want to hear a player coming for you before he hears you, jog as much as humanly possible. It will slow you down. It will relax you. Slows down the pace. Make sure if somebody runs up to you, you will hear them. They won't hear you. Just chill. Just chill. As soon as I start running, my brain starts going into overdrive. I'm glad you're learning stuff, Miranda. I need arrows, so I have to remember that. You never want to run out of arrows. If you guys want to know why did Luthais die in the D4 airfield? Because I was too lazy to craft arrows. Okay? If I crafted arrows, it would have been fine. And that is exactly why you search town. That there is precisely why you search town. But we don't have enough. I don't think we've got enough. I don't think we have enough. No, we need one more. Okay? Which is, it's sad. It's sad, but it's true. We need one more. So we need like a nylon line now, or more thread, or something. Anything. Fishing line, more thread. We need something. We need something. Yeah, I can go to a normal bunker, buddy, but not on day one. Not on day one. If you want to enjoy this game, you're going to play for months and months and months. Running into a bunker in the beginning is not the answer. Bobby pin is extremely important. Even though we have almost 80 screwdrivers, without bobby pins, they are useless. And if you're bad at lockpicking, you're going to waste them. So if I feel the chance of me wasting them is very high, I'm rather going to go to the hospital or search offices regularly to get medium lockpicks or advanced lockpicks. so that I can make sure I don't waste my screwdrivers when I need them. But I mean, you're not going to waste your screwdrivers on police station lockers or a cargo drop locker or any normal locker. I mean, when you want to get a hazmat suit, or if you want to do a kill box, or you want to do Brenner's armories, that's when you're going to need those medium and advanced lockpicks. Now, this is going to take a lot of space, and it usually takes a long time to eat it. So yeah, I'm just going to eat half of it because I know it fills my stomach very, very quickly. And I know it gives me a ton of carbs, so I'll just throw away the rest. You can't put a flag in towns, buddy. I didn't put a flag down. I just put a chest down. You can put a chest anywhere. Okay, this is a pharmacy. Like I say, I never skip pharmacies. And I've got a bit of loot space left. So we're going to scan the pharmacy quickly. There we go. There's the best item in the game for your survival. Nothing gives you more rags than metal scissors. Kelly, I'm very particular about my diet, darling. You know that. You know that. I mean, if we can find one bottle of antibiotics, that's a quest item, but I'm not going to focus on it now. If you can find one big bottle of antibiotics, charcoal, or painkillers, that's almost $1,000. That's the equivalent of a medieval sword, fully repaired. If you can find one round little box of tablets, going to give you the same money as a medieval sword. But you're going to need some luck. Jump back on the Scum the past week and never really got into it, just trying to figure out stuff. There's a lot to figure out, buddy. There's a lot to figure out. Now, the only reason I'm going to go in here is to see if I can get like a box of nails or something. I have to be very aware of my loot space. And I have to know why am I looting. If I know why I am looting, I won't just pick up everything. I won't waste my time. I know exactly what I'm looking for. And anything else, I'll probably ignore it. Okay, so we're just going to do that place and that place and that place, and then we're out of here. Don't need that. If you didn't find a screwdriver and you really, really, really want to open up police station lockers, you can do it. I'm not going to stop you. For me personally, it makes too much noise. It can spawn a horde. It breaks the item inside. I know where to find screwdrivers. It's just not worth it for me. And it's not even worth picking up to sell it, because it doesn't even sell for a lot. So, it's your choice. But for me, no. I've done it enough to understand that it's not fun. And it's very risky. Very, very, very risky. Okay, so now that we've buried all our great loot, See, this could have been a box of nails. This could have been a box of nails. Now I'm just going to take out the 5 bolts to keep this stack full. But yeah, it's nice to have like 10 nails and 10 bolts in. Okay. And now that we don't fear anything, we're going to go to the trader. Becker, thank you very much for reactivating the investor role, my man. Prosy, welcome. Let's give a lot of love in the chat for Becker, guys. Very, very long time community member. Loves Scum just like us. Has his own server. Let's get a lot of love in the chat. Thank you very much, bud. Really appreciate you, my brother. Oh, my energy is quite high. I don't like that. See, that's why I don't like eating. That's why I don't like eating very, very strong foods, guys. Like the white flour stays in my body very long. The pasta stays in my body very long. And then it's difficult for me to control my energy. Like I want to keep my energy below 50%, but I've lost control of that because I ate very, very serious foods. I really appreciate it, Baker. I know it's not always easy, buddy. I appreciate you, my man. And now we go to the trader. We buy our thread. Get a bit of more fame. And we chill. And we immerse ourselves. We immerse ourselves. We act like we're the main protagonist in a glorious survival epic adventure. And remember, you might say, Luth, how am I going to get good ammo if you don't want me to go to a military point of interest immediately? Where you go to crafting. And then you decide what ammo you want. Okay? You want SVD ammo? Okay. You can craft it with 1 scrap metal, 25 uses of gunpowder, 8 lead plating, a workbench, and 10 uses of a toolbox. Then you are ready to shoot a player with a rifle. And you can put a silencer on this thing, and you can put a scope on this thing. Then you are ready to one-shot a player in the head. Or break his kneecaps when you shoot him in the leg. Okay? Remember, you're defensive. You're playing defensively. You're not playing aggressively. You want to survive. You don't want to kill people. But if you need to defend yourself, you can. Hey, Calcrin, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, I have to go get a refreshment because I haven't drank anything for the last 2 hours and 15 minutes. While I'm gone, please give me a score down below. How difficult. Give me a score out of 10. How difficult was it for me to survive while I made completely different choices than yesterday? Please give me a score out of 10. How difficult? So 10, extremely difficult, or you were extremely lucky that you survived, Luth, and the only way you survived is because your name's Luthais and you're a Scum PvE pro, or 1, it was extremely easy to survive. Okay, give me a score. I'll be back now. Martin says 4.00160131994100310. That's I can understand why it took so long to get to that decision. 5352231 -1. Yeah. Okay. Now, the other reason that we want to get to the traders is because poop happens. Okay? Stuff that is, the game is buggy. You cannot always blame yourself when you die. That doesn't give you excuse to blame everything or everyone when you die. But there are situations that you're going to die and you're going to feel there's nothing I could do about it. Like when a suicide puppet spawns on top of your head. Okay? Welcome, Martin. Now, when a suicide puppet spawns on top of your head, it's sad, but it's not the end of the world. As long as you craft a bow again, and you craft an axe again, and you take your time to get back to your body, the only way that can make you angry is if you can't sector spawn. Okay, so I've got 2 rules when I die. Now I've got 3 rules when I die. And I didn't do the first one until I played on the showdown. Because on the showdown, it's serious. So I can't afford to lose my loot. So, let's say something kills me now. Or I die. I don't know, wolves attack me. A bear attacks me. I don't know, okay? I died to PvE for some reason. I'm going to press Control C. As soon as I see the black screen, I press Control C. Then I go to scummap.com. So I press Control C, go to my notepad, and I paste that location in my notepad. I just have to give Scum map time to open up. Yo, it's taking quite long to open up. But in any case, let me put the filters off here. Okay. So, I'm just going to show you guys now. Okay. So, I come to Scum map and I go to location and I go Control V. That will tell me exactly where I've died. Doesn't matter if I'm in a forest or where I am. It will tell me exactly where I died. Now, even if it's in a forest, it should have something around it. Okay? So, I've got no clue where I died, but there's a little house next to me. The little house is, my body is like mostly east, but northeast. I'm directly south of the edge of this town. I'm directly north of the middle of the castle. If I look at the east side, I'm at this bend, almost I can draw a line here, and then I can try and find my body. Now, the second thing I do is I remember this. Okay? I remember this. And then, let's say I'm searching for my body. So I'm in the forest, don't know where my body is, can't really find the location, my reference points weren't good enough. Then I press Control C again. I go to Scum map again. Now I look at where my body is. I'm sure I'm close to my body, but I can't find my body. But I know I'm close. So now I look at where I am. Okay? And now I go Control V with the new location. Now I've got 2 reference points. Okay, now I can literally move close to my body. I can copy and paste the first location again, move close to my body, copy and paste the second location so that the one cross is getting close to the other cross so that I can find my body. Okay? If you cannot find your body that way, it's either gone or it's bugged or I don't know. And my second rule is if I die to a player, now the sector spawn is the most important thing. I always want enough money for a sector spawn, which I don't have at the moment. So I want enough money for a sector spawn so that if I get killed by a bug or PvE, I can respawn in the sector and I can use scummap.com and I'm always going to press Control-C after I've died. If I die to a player, I want to be able to open the map and go wherever I want. Like, let's say I want to build a base in B2, then I'm going to spawn in B2. Let's say I want to have some fun at D4, then I'm going to spawn at D4. So when somebody kills me, he doesn't end my journey. He just lets me teleport to another part on the map, and then I keep having fun. Okay? That's all he does. He doesn't affect me negatively at all. He just gives me the ability to teleport by skydiving to another part of the map. Steam does have a screen save, Grey Wolf, but it's very difficult to know your precise location with just a screenshot. For me, the Scum map references works very, very well. Hey, Ronnie. Hey, man, just wondering, what's the best way to get rid of C2 exhaustion? Very new myself. Love your content as well, brother. Probably wouldn't have got into Scum if it wasn't for your guides. Thanks, Daisy. Best way to get rid of exhaustion is to sleep in a bed every time you log out. I don't care if you play for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours. The best way to get rid of exhaustion is to go lie in a bed. So when you look at exhaustion, it's got a number at the top. Okay? Look at the number. It says 22. It says 22. So when I go lie in a bed, I want to find out how many of the 22 points will be recovered per hour. So at the moment, it says because of consumption, I'm not lying in a bed, but it says because of the food that I have in my stomach, it will recover 6 stamina units per hour. That means if I want to come back to the game with no exhaustion, I have to come back after 4 hours. Luckily, when you sleep in a bed, it usually gets rid of 24 stamina units of exhaustion per hour. So in this case, I just have to go rest in a bed, log off for an hour, do some IRL stuff, come back to the game after an hour and I don't have exhaustion. How do you make sure exhaustion isn't a problem when you play for a lot of hours? Eat a lot of cooked food, drink coffee, stay healthy. Eat cooked food, smoke a cigarette, drink coffee, and that will help you. What server is the best to play on? The one that I'm going to play on, Ronnie. Live, die, repeat. Live, die, repeat. Live, die, repeat is the server that I'm playing on, Ronnie. So if you search for servers, you type in Luthais, look for live, die, repeat, and then you join it. If you can't see the server name because of everything that BattleEye has stuffed up, go to my Discord, ask for the server IP, and I'm sure one of my friendly family members will give you the IP. No problem. So yes, I just want to see what can I sell. That's all I want to see. What can I sell? Basically nothing. There's nothing that I can sell. But again, I don't have the loot space for a medieval sword. So I'm just going to have to live with it. I know Great Danes, but I know Great Danes. If I had loot space, guys, I would have gone to the castle and at least tried to get something I can sell. I don't know, sporen bag, metal sword, medieval sword, a cool bow, you know, something. But for now, I just want to get thread so I know the quest, because I've got the mobile phone, I know the quest is going to give me enough money to buy the thread. And then I'm set. And for those of you who don't know, you can enter the C2 Trader from the south, east, and west. There's a place where you can see the whatever vines or reeds coming out, and you can cross it from different angles. Yeah, castles are good, but on day one, everyone's going to target the castles. Like, Toro's going to go to the castle. Ronnie is going to go to the castle. How many other people are going to go to the castle? So, there's one of two things that can happen on day one after a wipe. Either you go to the castle and someone has just looted the place and you waste an hour of your day. Or you run into someone that was there before you and he kills you with the better bow and the better arrows. Or you get there first and you have to defend yourself against someone. Or you're lucky and you're there first and you get out alive. But there's a few things that can happen there. And it's quite difficult to get out of the castle if you're in a tower. Let's say the guy waits for you downstairs. Like, he sees you up in the tower. How are you going to escape? You're going to log out? What you going to do? How are you getting down without dying? Yeah, I've got a battery for the night vision, which is good because it's going to get dark soon. But again, we're not going to military points of interest, and I don't think there are tents very close to me, so I'm not relying on night vision just yet. Full bladder. Have I got a full bladder? Okay, let's sort that out. Thanks for letting me know, Brett. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, I don't know if you're enjoying the stream if you don't let me know you're enjoying the stream. Okay? So if you are enjoying the stream, please click that like button so that I know what I've done in the stream that you like and that you don't like. Okay? Cheers, Ronnie. No, Grey Wolf, and I'll never do that. Like, I can use this smartphone forever, my bro. I'm never gonna sell a smartphone battery, brother. I can use it for my night vision. I can use it. I can charge it with a battery charger. You check. No, I'm never gonna sell the smartphone. Whenever there's a gap in the reeds, you just look down at the ground, okay? You make like, yeah, I don't know if it's deep or shallow. I look down at the ground to make sure it's still shallow. So you don't, so you don't fall in there and fall all the way down. See, there I was deep. I could see it. Look at that. Look at that. When I'm shallow, my backpack is clear. Look now. Look there. My backpack's in the water. I immediately knew I was on the wrong path because my backpack went into the water. No? So you can look at your character in third person to see how deep you are. And here we go. Hopefully we get the aircon quest. Not too difficult. Again, because I collected the money, guys. Because I collected the money, the first place I'm going is the bank. Always. Always. If you don't want to lose your money, do exactly what I do. Every time I enter a trader, every time I exit a trader. Every time I enter a trader, I'm going to get the card. Put my pin in. Press back. Press on my card. Put a wrong pin in. Put a wrong pin in again. Until it says remaining attempts 1. So, then I exit. Even if I forget to destroy my card. Okay? Even if I forget to destroy my silver card. Which we must try not to do. But even if we do forget, when somebody finds it, they've got one guess instead of 3 guesses from a possibility of 10 numbers. Okay? Will definitely help. You are lowering their success rate from 30% to 10%. Makes a big difference.
Welcome. Could you help me with these?
I want to see if just having the cell phone gives me money. No. Just having the cell phone to do quests doesn't earn you any money. Okay? You just need the mobile phone to start doing quests. So, grinding stone, no. Toolbox, yes. That's almost $800.
Could you help me with these?
Sexy shorts, no. Batteries, no. I did find 1 battery, but batteries aren't that difficult. If you loot a lot of puppets, a lot of workshops, you can find 3 blue batteries quite easily. $800 to sabotage aircons.
Bye.
Now, because I'm used to this trader, it's easy for me. If you guys want to repeat my steps, do what I do. This is number 1. Okay, you use something to get on top of here. The quests aren't updating at the moment, which is a normal problem. Just remember you've touched 1. Then we vault on here. We vault on here. We touch this one. Again, we vault on this thing. Vault onto here. Jump onto here. Rest so that we don't get irritated when we miss the first jump. If you enter correct pin, you have to do 2 times wrong pin again. Yes. Yes, buddy, yes. Yes. And I basically just jump and spam F. And there we go. So that's 3. Okay? You can try and parkour the others. I don't parkour the others. I just go to the 2 easy ones to finish the quest. And there's 2 very easy ones here. One and 2, and the quest complete. It's so much easier doing this quest in third person. First person on mid ground sometimes makes me want to punch something, then the F option appears for like a split second. Yeah, that's why I only jump once, Chuds. I only use one where I have to jump. And I use the trader that I'm comfortable with. I don't go to another trader that I'm not comfortable with. Okay, so that quest is done.
Welcome, welcome. Could you help me with these?
And we weren't lucky enough to get the needle. But we've got $1,500 in our bank account, which is fine. That is fine. Now we want to find a way to get to $2,000. Okay, we need to get to $2,000. Unfortunately, we're going to have to sell the axe. We're going to have to sell the cell phone. We're going to have to sell this. I don't think we're going to make it. I don't think we're going to make it. Oh, we do have cash. We do have cash. We do have cash. We're going to put that in the bank. And then we've got cash. Hey, Louis, welcome.
Welcome to the most secure place on the island.
So we put our pin in right. We deposit 99. Okay. That doesn't solve our problem. Why doesn't it solve our problem? Because we need thread. And thread needs 8 fame, which we do have, but it requires $166. And that has officially placed us under a sector spawn on this server. Like if it's on an official server or any other server, we're safe, but on this server, we need a little bit more. And personally, a sector spawn is more important to me than a helmet.
What's up? Guns come unloaded.
I've got the headlamp. Although he doesn't buy headlamps.
Nobody cares.
Okay, that's $600. But I want to see. And you can even sell the gun that you crafted for $82, but that's not worth it. So we've got the helmet as an option. Let's just see how much the headlamp is. Yeah, if we've got no other choice, we can search the cars. If we have no other choice.
Welcome, well. Here's what I got. Let's see what you have.
And the headlamp saves us. There. We've got a sector spawn. Now we're just going to see if we can buy feathers. We can buy feathers. And we need 7 feathers. Because we cannot purchase great arrows yet. Now we've got 12 feathers. We've got 12 metal arrow tips. Now we just need 12 sticks. So we throw away our normal arrows. And we get 12 sticks. Okay, gonna drag these sticks over here to the other bush. And then we're going to cut the long sticks into short sticks. Now, the sword only gives us 3 sticks, but it will be enough. Hey, Mickey, welcome. Only gives us 3 short sticks from a long stick. But luckily, we got an extra long stick, so we're fine. Hey, Mickey, welcome to the stream, brother. And now we can craft wooden arrow metal tip. We can craft the best craftable arrow in the game. Okay, this is the best arrow you can craft. We just make sure we're on the metal tips. And we go auto craft. Now you can see it's using the stick, the feather, and the metal tip. And we're getting rid of inventory space because the tips and the feathers took inventory space. So we're freeing up inventory space as well. And that's our reward for reaching basic archery. Okay. Our reward for reaching medium archery is a recurve bow. And we can even use a ballista recurve bow. So at the moment, we're at basic. We're rewarding ourselves with metal arrows. As soon as we reach medium, then we can go to castles and we can use any bow that we find, which is really, really good. And hopefully by that time, we've got 50 fame, because you only need 50 fame for broadhead metal arrows, which is way, way better than these arrows. Way, way, way better. Okay, so there we've got 12 good arrows. We put the sword back. And now all we need is a backpack, a quiver. Yeah, we basically need a backpack and a quiver. Okay, so now we go to backpack. The backpack needs 2 puppet skins and rope. Apparently we still have rope. It's going to use that. And the thread. We don't want it to use the thread. We don't want it to use the thread. So we're going to make sure that we craft 2 rope. Then we need a needle for the sewing kit, which we will get from a puppet. But we have got 2 needles, but we don't want to use those needles, because the metal needle can craft quite a few things, although the game again doesn't tell you can craft a few things. And then we want the holster. Okay, we want the holster. So we're up to 4. We're up to 4, and we need scrap metal. Okay, so we're up to 4. And then we don't need anything for the quiver. The quiver requires 1 skin. So our target is like 5 skins for now. And then once we've got that, we craft the bulletproof vest, which we need 4 skins for again. But we can already see we're going to need quite a bit of scrap metal. And there are cars here. So we collect the scrap metal. We collect the scrap metal right now. See, there's a battery. Like, even if you got here with just 2 batteries, I think the battery quest is like 3 batteries. That's not too difficult. Not too difficult at all. But if you want to find scrap fast, at the C2 trader, ignore the cars, and just come over here. Just come over here to the scrap pile, and you'll get the scrap metal that you need. Okay, I think we need about... I'm going to just take 8 scrap metal pieces to be safe. Animal skin jacket with a quiver trick too. Yeah, you can try and kill an animal, but puppets are a little bit easier. Okay, so now we're guaranteed to level up. And our target is 35 fame to either buy a hiking backpack or find a hiking backpack. Now, since we want to since finding a hiking backpack is a little bit easier than, not easier, but we'd like to find one instead of buy one. We have to see where can we go, which is safe. Now, you guys might say, that's a very busy area. Goat Town in the big city is a very busy area. You might say there, and I tell you, yes, if I was going to D4 or the big city, but I'm not going to D4 or the big city on day 1. So, I'm looking for the safest gas station. And that is the gas station at the bottom of D1. That's where I'm going. I'm going to the safest gas station there is. And we're exiting through the eastern exit. Yeah, but you need the skin to craft the quiver in the first place, Chuds. You need the skin to craft the quiver in the first place. Now, I know it's very deep, guys, but as long as you're touching the reeds, you'll be fine. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Look at the ground. Look at the ground. Okay? Look at the ground. And look at your character. Now, you might say, Luth, I don't want to craft ammo. I want ammo as fast as possible. What if I couldn't find lead plating? I'm rather just going to go to C2 and make sure I can find some ammo. You can do that. You can roll that roulette wheel on day 1 if you want to. All I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this place that a lot of people don't loot. And I'm pretty sure I can find a few bullets. I'm pretty sure I can find 1 or 2 bullets for either the pistol or the rifle. Let's see if I'm right. Cheers, Chuds. Now I have to remember this bottle is full of wine, this bottle is full of beer. So technically, I don't have water. Technically. So I'm going to drink water right now. Going to drink twice, which is going to give me 400 milliliters, which is more than enough. My energy is at a good place for dexterity, so I'm very, very happy. Sun's going down. I need to move. Look around me. Like, I can't see anything behind me, but I'm still going to look to my right, and I'm still going to look to my left to see if I see anything. I want to make sure I'm like a sentry that spots everything in his 180-degree radius. Yeah, if I'm very lucky, Lars. If I'm very, very, very lucky. You can identify this location because in the beginning of the game, there was like a blue shield around this place. And it was a safe zone. But there aren't blue shields anymore, but the things that gave us the blue shields are still here. Okay, so you can identify the place with those things. Gonna put the filter on for you guys, just so that you don't miss anything. There we go. I'm still blind as a bat, but I'm going to adapt to it. There's the disco lights. Disco lights or the fight ring lights, whatever lights you want to call it. Quite easy to find it at night. I have to be aware of the puppet, so I'm lying down. I can hear puppets. I can see I'm low on stamina. Yeah, Cuba. That's why I've got a metal sword, bro. That's why I've got a metal sword. With a bat or any heavy, slow weapon, you are going to struggle with wolves. But because of the metal sword, I can hit them really, really fast. Like if a wolf comes to me now, I look down in third person and I... Okay, I hurt them, let they run away. Very difficult to do that with a baseball bat or any other weapon. But because the metal sword is so fast, you can hurt them really fast and let them run away. So yes, a metal sword will save you against wolves as well. I jumped, which takes a lot of stamina, so I'm just going to relax for a little while, let that stamina come back quickly. It comes back very, very quickly after you've jumped. Don't want to run, because the puppet will hear me. Now I want to get higher ground and shoot, and try and shoot him in the head. I definitely flanked the puppet, but the server spoiled our fun. The server spoiled our fun. Guys, remember, if you're finding the stream helpful or you're enjoying it, you can just click the like button for free. It helps me to identify what you guys like and what you don't like. Okay? And it's free. I mean, how many things in life are free? How many times can you help a person and it doesn't cost you a thing? Even if you help an old lady across the street, a bus can still drive over you and kill you. Check. Even if you help an old lady across the street, something can still happen. But if you reach out with your mouse and you click that like button, I promise you, nothing bad is going to happen. But I promise you, you did do something good for someone else and it didn't cost you a thing. And it was very safe, very little effort. And for each and every person that clicked that like button, I appreciate it. So, who can see a major difference between yesterday and today? Say me. Everyone in chat, if you can see a major difference between yesterday's stream and today's stream, say me. M-E. Just say me in chat. BM says me, Matt says me, Laura says me, Coda says me, Miranda says me, Old Man says he clicked the like button. Thank you very much, Old Man Jeb. Welcome, my man. And Martin says me. Nan says I just got here. So, did someone else play? Okay, guys. Was it someone else playing today? Still the same person. Okay. Still the same crazy lunatic from yesterday that played today. But that is why I play the way I play. It is more fun to me. It is more exciting to me. And because you guys are watching, I try to entertain you. But if I'm not streaming, this is how I play. Actually, I play quite a lot slower than this. Like if I wasn't streaming and I was only recording, I would have built a base, you know, but when you record a video, you don't have to I don't have to show you guys how I'm building the entire base, you know? So on day one, I'm going to record my gameplay. And then, you know, I'll show you how I start the base, and then I'll show you when I'm done with the base, and I'll be playing a lot slower. But the only difference between yesterday and today is my decisions. And that's the biggest lesson I want to give you guys today. It's not the game's fault. It's not the player who killed you. It's not the bugs. Your decisions are directly related to your experience. If you take anything away from today, remember that. Scum can feel way different in many ways. And the way you make it feel different is by the choices that you make. If you never go into an abandoned bunker because you don't think you can do it, you are taking something away from your experience. I don't care how many times you die in an abandoned bunker. Because of your choice, you are limiting your enjoyment, or you are limiting the skills that you can develop in this game. Same with cargo drops. If you never go for a cargo drop, you're limiting that side of the game. If you only play on servers with no sentries, you are missing a big part of the game. If you don't want to deal with sentries, play on a server with sentries, but don't go to locations where there are sentries. And then when you're ready, you know, when you get bored and you're like, I'm fully geared now, I've got all the loot I want, you know, I'm not scared of anything, then at least you are on a server with sentries, and then you can go and take on sentries. You know, so rather join a server that gives you all the options, gives you the option to experience everything, and then play there, build your base there, so that one day when you're ready, you can experience that. Me, Papa, thanks for the vote, buddy. Thanks for the vote. It's not a lot of work, Ronnie. Just time. That's all. It's just time. Sentries are easy at the torpedo factory. If you don't go for the lockers, yes. If you do go for the lockers, you can Can be a little bit tricky. Now, because I've only got 12... Oh, no, I lost the arrow. I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting that. You guys keep telling me, and I keep forgetting that. When the server warns you that it's going to restart, guys, do not sit with an arrow in your bow, okay? If you've got an arrow in your bow, when the server restarts, you will lose that arrow. I never focus on it, but since all 12 arrows are important to me, it definitely affected me this time, okay? I lost an arrow because of a restart. So just take that into consideration. And I lost the puppet, which could have given me the skin that I needed, or the bone that I needed. I really hope another puppet spawns. Hey, Bobby B. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go look for that. Where the heck did my bow go now? Goodness gracious. Okay, let's go get that puppet. The puppet has skin that we need. And the puppet has a bone that we need. And we're going to climb every single tower to see if we can find a few bullets for our gun. Yeah, Kuba, you just have to inform us that you're playing from the same location so that we can make an exception for you. Now, I am completely blind now. Don't really enjoy playing while I'm blind because it really increases my chances of dying. And no luck so far. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys how I play when I'm not streaming or recording. And it will solve most of the problems that you guys have. No problem, bud. And I don't want a ton of loot. I'm just looking for like 3-4 rounds. That's all I'm looking for. And do not do this anywhere else, guys. Do not do what I'm doing right now anywhere else. If you're at a military point of interest, never ever climb a ladder, okay? It exposes you. You are locked in an animation. You can get killed very, very easily. How do you know which jump won't hurt you? Course towers in castles, some give me injuries. At a castle, just start the climb animation and then you press spacebar to jump. Specifically at the castle. Start the climb animation and then you just jump. You know, so you start climbing and then press spacebar and you won't hurt yourself. Because as soon as you start climbing, you put yourself way lower on the ladder immediately. You know, then you can just press spacebar. On these ladders, I don't know, I climb halfway. I climb halfway and then I let go. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, I can't see. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Why can't I climb this ladder? I can't see. Never mind. Never mind. And then when I climb up a ladder, I go to first person until I can see the top like this. And I look this way and I press F. Okay? I don't have to be right above the ladder. I just have to be in first person and I have to be able to see the platform clearly. Then I look at the platform and I press F and then I jump to it. Okay, so we got a Mac 10 magazine, which isn't bad, and we got birdshot, which is terrible. Okay, you don't want to use birdshot, but at least you guys can see there is sometimes military stuff here. So I'll just go halfway and then I press spacebar. So yeah, I was hoping for 3 better rounds, but we can still find something. Again, I go into first person. I make sure my head is above the platform. Look at the platform, press F. And then I jump on the platform. There's gunpowder. Well, at least I can craft ammo. But I need lead plating if I want to craft ammo. So the gunpowder isn't all I need. I need lead plating as well. Would be great if you can have attack dog or something. Yeah. I think the AI is going to be nice. The AI is going to be quite nice. I've got 20 bobby pins. I'll take 40. Because maybe I go back to the trader and he wants 10 bobby pins, you know, for the quest. So I'll collect extra bobby pins in case the trader wants those bobby pins. Now we're running out of towers. We're definitely running out of towers. There's one more tower there. But we are running out of towers. And there we go. That's exactly what we wanted. 5 M1 or Carbon Hunter rounds. Now we can shoot someone with an M1 round. We can defend ourselves. We can defend ourselves. Objective complete. Objective complete. And we get an HS9 magazine. Yes, yes. Rugrat, welcome, buddy. And yes, Exhauster. The good old safe zone that had the blue barriers around it. Now, if I wanted drinks or something to drink, I would have gone into the disco, guys. I'm not in the mood to go into the disco right now. Okay? So I'm just going to see if I can find any loot here. Just going to quickly see if I can find any loot here. I can't see anything, so that's why I'm pressing tab. I've never found loot up here. But I mean, I don't come here a lot, so who knows? Maybe they add a loot location. And there's a model of a cargo drop. That's quite nice. I'm going to take a picture. That's a model of a cargo drop. Nice. There we go. Cargo drop model. Wow. Okay. So, we've completed a lot of objectives for the day. Our next objective is to craft armor. Get more fame to buy a hiking backpack. But for now, it's a puppet. For now, it's a puppet. Because we started here. It's possible that the game's not going to spawn in puppets. Because the game doesn't like to spawn puppets where you start. And because the restart, you know, we started here. So I'm going to run to these townhouses over here because I need 4 puppets. I technically need 5 puppets. Yeah, I technically need 5 puppets. Oh, there's another tower. But I've got a bullet. I'm fine. I'm fine. Let's just run down this road. Check my protein. Protein is perfect. Energy is good. I can take a sip of beer just to maintain my energy. There is more food ahead of me. And I saw I didn't destroy the card. And I just saw the card. So let's go. Gotta talk to resident doctor. Fun stream. Hope I don't miss much. No problem, Miranda. So I'm literally just following the road to those farmlands. Again, I haven't gone to any dangerous point of interest, guys. I haven't gone to any dangerous point of interest. Yeah, it sustains my energy. Yeah, it's sustaining my energy. So yeah, it's good. It's good. And there's the food. Every point of interest we go to, whether it's a farmhouse or a town, there will be food. So as long as we keep moving, we keep eating. And we sustain our energy. Now, when I want to craft stuff, it's not about killing puppets. For me, it's about gathering puppets. I want to kill all the puppets here at the same location. Okay, so I'm going to walk in, see where the puppets spawn, and then see if I can pull them into a house or something. It's nighttime, so I'm feeling pretty safe, although someone else with night vision is going to easily kill me. But yeah, when I want to craft something, I'm usually looking to pull them to the same location so I don't, run up and down getting the skins. And again, there we're just maintaining our food. Just maintaining our food. I want to eat something as well. Okay, so there's a puppet. So I'm going to eat this apple. And then I'm going to see what's the easiest place to pull them into. I think this bush is nice. Apparently I dropped the bow. Yeah, I've dropped the bow there. So I think if I pull all of them to the bush, I'm covered by this thing. I've got quite good cover, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull all of them towards me. As you guys can see, the metal arrows are quite a bit stronger. But he did hurt himself. Don't get overconfident. He did hurt himself. Okay, so we've got 2 puppets here now. Did he give me my arrow back? Yeah, I gave my arrow back. Okay, now I'm going to pull this one. This one's quite fast. So I rather want him to see me. I don't really want to run away from a thin one. The thin one is faster than I am. But I mean, the thin one's going to have to jump over something. So I'm just going to let him see me. There we go. And then I'm going to jump over it. There we go. We need 2 more puppets. I'm going to go look if there's... Oh, there's a puppet. I want to look in the houses for sleepers as well. Sleepers are quite important. Okay, this guy's slow, so he can follow me forever. Come here, buddy. Come here. He's slow, guys. I'm not scared of him. He's too slow to make me worry about him. Okay, so we lost the puppet. You guys see how fast this puppet disappeared? Okay, you guys see there were 3 puppets here. We lost the puppet. That's how fast they despawn. If you don't search a puppet, that is how fast a puppet despawns. Okay? So we literally lost the puppet because we forgot about the despawn rate on puppets after we just explained to ourselves that if we don't search a puppet, it will disappear. Got him up. Now there's a chicken I can hunt very, very close to me, but I'm busy right now. Staying in first person to see what's going on around me. Not that I can really see, but in any case. Okay. So now we do the bow needle. There should be 2 skins on the fat one. Because of the bow needle, we can make our sewing kit now. Then we want to start with a quiver immediately. Okay, so we've got the quiver. We're just waiting for it to appear. If it doesn't appear, we'll just look at it. Where is it? Where is the quiver? There it is. Okay. And then we do the holster. Yeah, but again, I don't want, again, we're trying to survive. We're trying to survive. We're not trying to trick the system. We're just trying to survive. Now I want the holster. There's the holster. Okay. And now we've got, I think we've still got one. No, we don't. No, there's no skins left yet. Okay. So we're going to get out of the area because we're compromised. What do you mean you're compromised? I mean, oh, there's a puppet. I mean, if anyone comes here, they know we are here. That's what I mean by compromised. Now, one puppet isn't really going to help me, but I'm still going to kill this guy. And then I'm going to hope for another puppet. But I'm going to search this guy and cut him up. Otherwise, he can disappear like the other one disappeared. And I left my sword over there, so I have to move really, really fast now, so that puppet doesn't disappear. Pick up my sword. There we go. Cut this guy up. Now I've got space, so I don't need to lead another puppet here. I don't care where I find the next puppet. I've got one skin on me. But I know that I need rope. I think it's 2 rope for the backpack, so we're going to do the rope right now. We saw we needed 2 rope. Actually, we just need one rope. We just don't want to use the thread. Okay, that's all. We just don't want to use the thread. So we basically just need one rope. Because we want to use that rope with the other rope. And then we're fine. Okay. Always have to remember about the triple carrying. There's a puppet on the left. You guys say there's a puppet on the left. I can't see a puppet. More left. Okay. I can see my food, my energy is red. I need to eat and drink a beer. As soon as my energy is red, I make a plan. I make a plan very, very quickly. And I want to fill this water bottle with water at some point. So I'm going to ignore the beer and just focus on the wine. Okay, let's go find this puppet. Where? It's fine, guys. We're just gonna run down the road. We're just gonna run down the road. We're freezing to death. We are freezing to death. We are definitely freezing to death. Why are you freezing to death, Luth? Because I lay in the snow and all my clothing got wet. That's why. It is cold. It is cold. But the fact that I lay... Look there, wetness 100%. Wetness 100%. You know, wetness 99%. The fact that we were lying in the snow caused all our clothing to get wet. And that definitely helps with the coldness or with the hypothermia. Now we just have to get down this road as soon as possible. Rookie mistake. No, it's not something that I really focus on because I know I can counter it very easily. So I don't really focus on it. I make sure that I don't get rubber gloves wet because if I get rubber or medical gloves wet before I do a kill box, the gloves are useless. I'm still going to get shot. So I definitely focus on that. But wet clothing doesn't matter to me because, yeah, we all get cold. Now we just have to warm up. I'm gonna lie on the log, not that I think it's gonna make a difference. It doesn't really make a difference. Probably, buddy. Probably, probably. So, we're already at C2. Look at the strength. Look at the constitution. Look at the dexterity. We're losing 20% strength, dexterity, and constitution. We have to solve this problem like in yesterday. First objective is to kill a puppet and make the bigger backpack because I want to have sticks on me. I want to be able to carry something. I cannot carry anything now with what I've got on me. Okay, so let's see. Backpack. I need 6 rags. I need another. Okay, I've got everything except the rags. Okay, everything except the rags. We can live with that. We can live with that. We can live with that. That's not the end of the world. We've got 5 rags there. We need 1 more rag. We can cut up the boxes. Not only does this help you to heal yourself in trouble, it helps you in situations like this. Yeah, agreed. But we didn't know we were going to freeze to death. Ah, come on. What's wrong with you? Okay. That's what I mean, putting a puppet in cover, you know? That you're not giving your position away. Now, doing it right now is a great idea because we're going to unbundle this. But I'm still going to check if I can find another piece of cloth. No. Gonna put the gloves on. I don't know. Those gloves just feel better. And there's more rope. No, I don't need that right now. Like, you can find hats and stuff in here, guys. You can find a hat or something. Okay. That thing is gonna help us. Definitely. That is gonna help us, okay? Okay, let's go craft the backpack. Cut this up into rags. Which one am I gonna cut up? The fact that I don't have anything on me, that's not good. But in any case, I'm gonna cut up the underpants. Okay. I know I can use the puppet clothing. I don't want to use the puppet clothing. Okay. So there we go. Craft the backpack. Just because we're indoors, it is helping us, but that's not enough. That is not enough. There we go. Don't need that rope. Okay, I want to make space for sticks over here, so I'm going to put it like this. Okie dokie, take my sword. No, Miranda, not much. We're just freezing ourselves to death. It's fine. Take the wooden log. You keep the fire going. And I just used the long stick. That is a noob move. That is a noob move. That is a very, very noob move that we did there. Very, very, very noob move. Okay, so I'm going to drop that there for now. Take that with me. Got this up. Light the fire. Go get more resources for the fire, which is the small wooden logs. There we go. Now, people can see this, guys, you know, but I'm not going to be here forever. People can see this, but I'm not going to be here forever. Fuel it with wooden log and wait till it recovers. Don't want to get too close. Don't want to burn myself. Just want to get rid of that. Chill. Chill out. Oh, my words. Okay, so we know that's too close. We know that's too close. Gave me a bloody heart attack. End of the month, Johan. End of the month, but that gave me a heart attack. It's fine. We just need to solve that. As I say, very relaxing. Let's just relax. Now we don't have burn gel, but these things can become infected. But I don't care about the infection. I want to stabilize my character. I don't care about the infection right now. I want to stabilize. I want to get myself back to 36.6, and then we worry about the infection. Then we worry about the infection. No, I haven't sat in front of a fire for a long time. So now I know. Now I know. We can see we burnt our stomach and our legs. You can put the muscles on, or you can just put the bones on, or you can just put the organs on. Oh yeah, repairing my shoes. Thanks. Thanks, bro. That's important. Now, I don't care what the hypothermia says, guys. I'm aiming for 36.6, okay? I don't care what the hypothermia says. I'm aiming for 36.6. At least that is healing me. But I'm still aiming for 36.6. And this is going to become a problem. But we're going to solve the problem. We're going to solve the problem. First, going to get rid of this. Bobby! Good to see you, my brother. What have you and Vicky? What have you guys been up to? I'm just gonna undress here because I've got burn injuries. Gonna take my weapons off. And then I'm gonna lie down. And then hopefully we can get rid of the infections. Yep. Remember, your clothing is dirty and your clothing causes the infections. Super busy, but we're always here. I know you guys are. I really appreciate both of you. You two are making a major difference to the channel and the community. Where are you going to be playing after 1.0? Hey, Eski. Love a good campfire, As you guys can see, our immune system is increasing. Love the videos. Thanks for the hard work, guys. My pleasure, man. So yeah, those are cured already, or they're basically cured. Yeah. Infections are disappearing. It cannot go into recovery if the infections aren't sorted out. Okay, so there we solve that problem. And because we're next to the fire, we're not getting cold. We are naked, but because we're next to the fire, we're not getting cold. Our body temperature is stable at 36.6. Just remember, my clothes are all dirty. Okay, most of my clothing is dirty. That's what causes the infection. So if you don't want a naked character, I don't know, have clean underpants in your backpack, and when you want to lie down like this, just wear the clean underpants. You know, if you don't want to lie down naked, have clean underpants and like a clean undershirt in your backpack, so that when you want to do this, you can just wear the underpants and the undershirt, and you don't have to be naked. But yeah, the burning was a part of the plan. We could have been out of here a long time ago. The fact that we are here with this fire giving a light in the dark is very, very dangerous. We've always enjoyed LDR, so you will find us there when 1.0. Nice, man. Everyone on LDR. I love it. The whole family on LDR. That's going to be great. Okay, so our survival skills have saved us. Now, we're getting out of here. Dropping this over here. I don't know why I just took those shoes. Take the socks. Put the gun there. Put the bow there. Put the fire out because this is a signal for everyone else. Look what time it is. 1 o'clock in the morning. We don't have to worry about triple carrying anymore because of our backpack. So we're good. Eat the corn. Take a beer to help those carbs, protect those carbs in our body. Put the beer back. And what's the only problem we've got left? 43 units of exhaustion. That's the only problem we've got left. I don't trust this puppet here. Okay, we've got 44 units of exhaustion. Resting in this bed is countering the exhaustion with 39 stamina units an hour. Roughly 40 stamina units an hour. So we have to stay logged out for an hour and about, I'd say an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes to be safe. Which is great because we don't have night vision and we don't want to run around at night while we're blind, okay? So, this is what I do on day one. I log out now for an hour and 15 minutes. When I come back, the sun will be very close to coming up again. And I can continue my journey with 0 negative effects on me. And I can keep the adventure going. And that is officially 4 hours, ladies and gentlemen, where Luthais did not die. And if I keep playing like this, I'm not going to get geared or rich as fast as I could have gotten geared or rich if I play like I always play. But this is true immersion. This is true survival. If you guys enjoy the stream, do me a favor and click that like button. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for part 2 of True Survival. Have a great day and stay safe. Later. And I will wait out the 60 seconds because I don't want to log in to a death screen. If anything's going to kill me, it's going to kill me while I'm still in game.